Very well.
I'll guide you there directly.
A guide.
Hi. Faring well, I hope. Would you care to join me? I'd not say no to a bit of company. I was hoping you'd say that. Do you know, I had a feeling we'd meet here today. Intuition, I suppose. Say, you're not from round here, are you? Are you a traveler? Have you seen many places? How I envy you. This city is all I know. I long to learn more of the outside world, but she's always telling me how dangerous it is beyond the palace walls. But that only makes me question her. After all, if the world truly is so perilous, what of the lives of our people? They must be fraught with uncertainty, subject to harsh conditions. It seems unfair that I alone should be shielded from that reality. But listen to me waffling on. Ah, I almost forgot. I happened upon this little curio the other day. Here, you're welcome to it if you'd like. My apologies, friend, but I'd best be going. I mustn't let Mother find out I left the palace. Thank you for indulging me. I do hope we'll see each other anon. Till then, farewell.
Gather round, gather round. Protect the shipment! Steal your house! Cut the fiends down! Don't let them touch the shipment!
Hey! How did this happen? We must defend the cargo! They're a tenacious lot.
Let us see what you're made of!
That's it!
Our road was a long one, but here we are at last.
I thank you for coming to our aid. That was a tight spot you saved us from.
And what luck! Nary a scratch on the wares to show for it.
Having more of these to hand ought serve us well in battle.
What say we pelt one at the next foe we encounter? I expect Captain Brandt will want to hear of this. I know where that person can be found, Master. This way.
Methinks we could move this boulder if we work together.
A firm push is what's needed here.
I grant your weapon a magical boon.
Wish me to return? At once, Master.
We could do with a lantern's light. 'Tis a glad thing I came prepared.
I cannot thank you enough.
Nice armor you've got. I merely did as duty demands.
Not a bad idea. Ooh, I can't wait to find out what's inside.
At times, I find myself wondering why we must fight against our fellows. Right you are. I grant you roaring flame. Well done, Master. Now here's a surprise.
The thrill of discovery never gets old. Huh. I'll have to remember to tell my own master about this.
I expect Captain Brandt will want to hear of this. I know where that person can be found, Master. This way.
Ingredients are plentiful hereabouts.
No harm in picking a few.
Well-aimed strike, right where it hurts.
Ensure your next attack is no less purposeful.
Naught compares to the thrill of victory.
I thought you might like this, so I picked it up. Here you go.
Follow me. Prepare yourselves.
'Tis a remarkable treasure we've found.
Perhaps fortune has deigned to aid us at last. If we're to break it, it shan't be from this side.
I understand.
Say, weren't we tasked with another errand that sent us somewhere near here?
The decision of which task to prioritize is the Arisen's to make. Not a care in the world, just as it should be.
Could you come over here?
Well,
Here at last.
Greetings, Your Majesty. Have you a moment to speak?
Well met, sir. Fancy a gander? Fine wares all.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen Your Majesty's claim as a true Arisen. While examining the palace ledger for evidence of the Queen Regent's misdeeds, I made a curious discovery. For some time now, it seems she has been diverting a veritable mountain of gold to the daily purchase of sweet crown flower. What's more, this inexpedient spending habit is recorded to have begun the very day on which Arthur, the would-be Arisen, appeared on the scene. This cannot be mere happenstance. I can only conclude that these sums are passing into the hands of Arthur himself. Yet 'tis strange, for sweet crown flowers only grow on the eastern edge of Vermund. I dare say 'twas not an item chosen idly. Mayhap this knowledge will guide us in our pursuit of the false sovereign. 'Tis a frail hope to be certain. Yet all the same, I would ask that Your Majesty venture to Vermund's eastern edge and probe into this young man's origins. I am glad to hear it, for I cannot shake the feeling that uncovering the identity of the false sovereign is the key to unraveling Deeza's scheme and securing your enthronement. There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen Your Majesty's claim. You've done a fine job culling those monsters, Your Majesty. 'Tis common knowledge among the people that 'twas you who delivered them from danger. The number of those who seek out this tavern in the hope of an audience with the Arisen grows by the day. Should you continue to display such valor, the day will soon come when Deeza can no longer deny your presence. And ere it slips my mind, pray, take this. 'Tis a symbol of my own gratitude.
Done already, are we? And here I was expecting a challenge.
Indeed.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen Your Majesty's claim as a true Arisen. For some time now, 'twas said that the false sovereign was recovering from his battle wounds. But as I hear it, he is now well enough to walk unaided. And so, in honor of his supposed valor, they have been holding masquerade in the palace of late. The false sovereign's identity is still beyond our ken. Even the matter of from where he hails remains a mystery. But mayhap approaching the false sovereign at one of these gatherings could afford you a glimpse into the man behind the mask. What say you, Your Majesty? Might I ask this task of you? My thanks. Some of the sentries posted at the masquerades are under my command. I shall have them ease security, so pray, slip into the venue through whatever opening presents itself. Once your infiltration is successful, You will need only don a mask and act the part of an invitee. Few will think to be wary if they believe you a fellow masquerader. Here, this should suffice to help you blend in. Take care, Your Majesty. Ah, there is one other thing. Masquerades being as they are, you will require suitable raiment. Much is made of appearances at such gatherings, and 'twould be wisest to dress the part when joining the other revelers.
Right, just follow me.
There is much we ought to tend to. If we are to strengthen Your Majesty's claim, you will need to infiltrate the palace to gather evidence of Deeza's misdeeds. I hesitate to ask something so dangerous of you, yet I fear we have few other options. I have attempted to do the same through my own channels afore now, though I have yet to uncover so much as a whisper of her plots. Would that I could undertake the task myself, but my station prohibits me from reckless action. What say you, Your Majesty? Might I ask this task of you? I shall ensure that the door to the Queen Regent's office is open between midnight and dawn. Pray use that time to conduct your investigation. There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen Your Majesty's claim as a true arisen. Of all those who serve the Queen Regent, there is but one who I have no doubt will lend his support to Your Majesty's cause. I refer to Waldar, a magistrate. Many a time has Deeza demanded Waldar amend the Code of Vermont to her own benefit. And many a time has the magistrate refused her, for he is loyal to none but the spirit of the law. As a result, he now sits in a cell beneath the palace. Our laws dictate that Your Majesty is our rightful ruler. Thus, as the staunchest supporter of the law known to the palace, I'm quite confident that Waldor will be willing to vouch for Your Majesty. What say you? Might you be willing to aid me in arranging the magistrate's release? I've prepared a means for you to enter the palace dungeons. Pray, take this. This mission demands the utmost secrecy. Prithee be cautious, Your Majesty. Should you be discovered, I will be unable to lend aught in the way of aid.
Here, if you please.
Someone is looking this way. Is there aught about me that caught their eye?
Our road was a long one.
Hoi, friend! Having any time for me today? I dare say we're overdue another talk. There's something I've come to understand during my stolen hours exploring these streets, and I wanted to share it with you. Every last resident in this city is wholeheartedly devoted to living out their lives. It seems a simple observation, I know, but to me, 'twas a revelation, for it made me painfully aware of my own position. Can this existence of mine even be called living when I am so doted upon by my mother? I want to live a life I can proudly call my own, and to achieve it with all that my heart desires. I tire of enduring my mother's coddling, and of having to mind every twitch in her face in order to appease her. Looking at this box, it fills me with courage. 'Tis proof that I am not my mother's servant to be willed about as she pleases. 'Tis something I obtained of my own will, though it came to me through you, of course. Pray, take this with my thanks. 'Tis quite a rarity, as I hear it. I hope 'tis to your liking. Now, I'd best be off. I may not be able to wander the city again for some time. There's aught I would do. Thus, I cannot say when next we'll see each other, though I feel sure we shall in time. Perhaps sooner than we might think. Till then, take care, friend.
That was quite a gift. I hope that procuring it was not a burden upon the lad.
The false sovereign has been an enigma for far too long. What say we make for Vermin's eastern edge and investigate him? I can guide you
A Cyclops.
This foe seems unlikely to catch a chill, however cold our ice attack may be. Uh-oh. Methinks the fiend felt that. Perhaps a few more for good measure.
I grant your weapon a magical boon. It seems we have arranged our foe.
A reckless opponent makes for easy prey. Quite a view from up here. Shall we see how high I can scale? I shan't allow any who'd hardly arisen to go free.
This looks like trouble.
Oi there, friend. Care to help a fellow out? All I ask is that you hear my request. What have you got to lose? My thanks, sir. As to the matter at hand, it concerns my Oxcart business. I've been holding off service on account of all the monsters on the road, but now I feel prepared to start making trips to Melv again. Only trouble is, there are still monsters about, and I can't help but worry for the safety of the carts. That's where you come in. See, I've got a letter here from Lady Margit, the Watchhead's wife, to be delivered to one Sir Leonard in Melv. I'd like you to accompany the cart in my stead and see to it that the letter reaches its recipient. What say you, friend? Splendid! I knew I was right to put my faith in you. Now, the carts only depart at certain hours of the day, but I find that time flies when I take a seat at the station to wait. And mind you don't forget to pay your way before you board. That's standard practice, and I would advise against trying any funny business. Each cart travels with an escort of trained soldiers, see? In case it encounters any monsters out on the road. So anyone thinking of riding for free will have to take the issue up with them. But enough of my lecturing. Just make sure that letter gets to Sir Leonard, then come find me when the job's done. Oh, and I'll pay your fare this time, seeing as you're doing me a favour and all. Come find me when you've delivered that letter. I'll be waiting to hear from you.
We've a delivery to make, 'twould seem.
Consider the time one might save, and ferry stones quickly prove themselves an efficient means of travel.
That's just what I was thinking.
This journey will be a long one. What say we employ an ox cart and save our feet the blisters?
Let's take it easy today. Acting up. As soon as my shift's done, I'm off to the tavern.
I heard a rumor that
In every age, when the Arisen fells the dragon and saves the land, they ascend. Hence, pawns are treated with respect, as a matter of course here in Vermont. For their peerless, not to mention, they are skilled combatants, willing to brave any foe or peril. 'Tis clear their concept of life and death differs crucially from our own. No morsel can match their
there are useful ingredients to be gathered here, I'll wager.
No harm in picking a few.
You'll like to run into some monster should the cart be assailed. 'Twill be up.
This ox cart's bound for
I'll need to see some coin before I let you on.
There's a ladder here.
After you, Arisen.
We're setting out. Jump on if you're paid.
What's all this about? Hail! I'm in no hurry to leave.
How might I liven up our time-worn routine?
Oh, very well. Back to your side I go.
My bed calls and I shan't resist.
Days like this.
What's to be done about this?
Not I.
I've been on my feet all day. My legs are best get to work.
I'm about ready to fall asleep.
This can't be happening.
It is dark enough to warrant the use of your lantern. It is a glad thing we rested when we did.
Try not to get hit, lest all that vim go to waste.
I grant you roaring flame. I see you've been drenched. Dry off as soon as you can. Well done. Arisen, are you all right?
This brute has quite the temper.
Might we not use their range to our advantage?
Hard as stone. Making tossing at our other foes. We got spared no effort against this foe, lest we suffer bitter defeat.
Enemy slows. Perhaps we'll tire them out.
Ha! Let them stand a chance against us now.
Strike fast and true, and our quarry shall fall.
Pinning these creatures is the surest means to ward against their foul spit. You dare!
I see a ladder yonder, but we can't reach it from here. We'll have to get up there and drop it down. I'd wager there's aught to be found here.
Let us ponder how best to proceed.
No sense letting the enemy gain the upper hand. The early griffin gets the worm, as they say.
You must cleanse yourself of that oil, post haste. Let my magic grant you an elemental boon.
We've earned ourselves a pat on the back.
Overconfidence is an enemy in and of itself. Let us instead strive.
Heavens have mercy!
What ought I to do?
That's quite enough.
Damn dragon. Hurry, everyone! Get yourselves to safety!
Go with him. I'll fell that thing myself. There you are. You will share my desolation and my hunger.
This village is my home. You cannot expect me to abandon it. Let me your aid.
You see, this is the product of your heedlessness. Quickly, Arisen, you must regain your footing.
Using it against us. The beast's reaction, lashing out with attacks. Might we not use this to our advantage?
Understood. Remember, each strike dealt brings us a step closer to our triumph.
It is often the simplest task that tests our metal most.
The beast is a fell substance. Avoid it at all costs.
Watch out!
yourself! 'Twas a lesson in determination. Somehow I knew you'd come. You have my gratitude as well, sir.
Ulrika, glad I am to see you unharmed. You must return to the village. Everyone is concerned for you.
Forgive me. I'd best go. But I shan't forget this. Thank you. Truly.
Let me get that.
That wasn't the dragon, but a poor imitation of it. No wonder I feel so hollow. Sigurd. You're the current Arisen, aren't you? I pray you do not walk the same path as I have. 'Tis a style all my own. A patchwork of techniques, honed for the sole purpose of slaying the dragon.
He really ought to have written... Is that you? Oh, fie. Wait, listen. Would you be willing to search for my brother? The brave fool said he was going to look for herbs and went off into the forest. I'd go and search for him myself, only... I'm not afraid of monsters. But 'twould hardly help anything if I were to run in there unprepared and get myself hurt now, would it? So I thought, mayhap you'd go in my place. You look like you could manage. Please, sir. I worry for my brother. Many thanks. Go into the forest and turn when you reach the tree with the bird's nest, keeping the cliff to your... this won't work, will it? I could see the route in my mind's eye, but my feet know it better than I do. I don't think I could plot it on a map. And my brother and I are the only ones who use that path, to my knowledge. I suppose there's only one thing for it. I'll have to show you the way. Just be alert. The monsters of the forest, I'll need you to watch over me, keep me safe. You will, won't you? Right. In we go, then. My life's in your...
We ought not to dawdle when our aid is sorely needed.
As a matter of fact, after we call on you to carry the burdens we cannot, I must thank you. Your toil keeps me light on my feet.
I enjoy tackling fierce foes and prefer combat's thrills to gathering items. I am confident and may act independently.
Seems naught ever goes right.
I suppose there can be no harm in bringing this along.
We'll find a use for it, I'm sure.
I don't like this place at all.
This is a good spot. Let's stop here a moment. I've camped here with my brother many a time. No doubt he caught his breath here before moving on, same as us.
A forgotten riftstone we've not discovered lies nearby. 'Tis this way, as I recall, from my last sojourn beyond the rift. Ah, yes. Give me a moment to recall the way. I can guide you there if you wish.
It would seem we've little choice but to set out for the place.
Come to think of it, different masters favour different pawns. One whom I served preferred to have beastrons for allies.
Words worth hearing.
Seems naught ever goes right.
Well, we've eaten our fill. What say we settle our stomachs with a few hours' sleep?
Indeed. Surely we've time for a short kip, ere we continue on our merry way? I've a feeling fortune shall favour us this day.
Come, we've much to be getting on with.
Shall we get underway?
Freshly rested as we are, this battle ought to be in our favour.
Try not to get hit, lest all that vim go to waste.
I grant your weapon a magical boon.
As I recall, the location of another of our tasks is not far from here.
We shall have to decide which is the most pressing. We cannot do everything at once. Hang in there, Master. I am coming to assist.
Your ability to trip over nothing never ceases to amaze me.
Can anyone hear me? Please! I need help!
We are to retreat, then?
I'd thought I was done for.
Ah, it was a near thing. How are you feeling?
I think I'll be all right. But if you hadn't come for me, I... Thanks, Ian.
Save your thanks, Norbert. I'm your brother. And I ought to have come sooner.
From where I'm standing, all that matters is that you made it in time. Anyway, I'm eager to be rid of this place. Let's return to the village. The sooner the better. I've got to deliver these medicinal herbs to the people who need them.
Ah, you'll hear no complaints from me. Let's be off.
Keep your wits about you. We must not allow our charge to come to harm. There are useful ingredients to be gathered here, our Major.
No harm in picking a few.
A reckless opponent makes for easy prey. It was most effective.
If we're to have any hope of victory, we must employ every tool and tactic at our disposal.
Fear not. It is well in hand.
Arisen, are you all right?
Naught compares to the thrill of victory.
One cannot help but feel indomitable. Well, I'm sure there's still room for improvement. Right. Just follow me.
We've little need for a campsite at present.
'Tis well to be prepared, but over-preparation will serve us not.
Gran, I want to learn magic, please.
This again, child. You know full well your father has forbidden it. There are plenty of things more deserving of your interest. Why not turn your aspirations elsewhere?
Why must you always take Father's side? I'd have thought you'd understand how I feel better than anyone. Why won't they let me study magic? It isn't fair.
What am I to do with that girl that I could allow her to do as she pleases, but 'tisn't to be.
What could yon chest be hiding? I must know.
Let us hope your curiosity will be rewarded. I'll collect that. You needn't trouble yourself.
Materials such as this can be combined to craft things.
I'm sure we'll find a purpose for it in due time.
Did anyone else see that? Ort catches the light.
We ought to take a closer look.
We're to see this letter to Sir Leonard in Melve. Shall we board the Oxcart as directed, Master? Ah, yes. I know. Just where to find this person. Follow me.
A guide is most welcome. Now we shan't lose our way. Methinks we could move this boulder if we work together.
I say we give it a push and see what happens.
Do you want me to go down this slope, Master? Just bear in mind that I shan't be able to climb back up again. I expect you'll be wanting my assistance. This is rather thrilling.
We're to see this letter to Sir Leonard in Melve. Shall we board the Oxcart as directed, Master? Leave this to me, Master. I'll bring you straight to the one you seek.
The guide is most welcome. Now we shan't lose our way.
Hold a moment. Haven't we already found what's being asked of us here?
I seem to recall there being a treasure chest in this area when I explored it in other worlds. Shall I lead the way?
You're staring, Arisen. Has aught yonder caught your eye?
You're well fond of picking things up, aren't you?
That ladder looks promising, but we'll have to drop it down from above. We're to see this letter to Sir Leonard in Melve. Shall we board the Oxcart as directed, Master? I know where that person can be found, Master. This way.
The vanguard is yours. Lead on.
This way, if you please.
Say, Weren't we tasked with another errand that sent us somewhere near here?
So many choices. Glad I don't have to make them. Well, this simplifies things. Our task is nearly done.
I only hope the recipient is pleased with our work.
I knew it to be so.
Back at last. That was an ordeal.
Aye, I'm exhausted, but I can rest after I've delivered these herbs. I'll be back soon.
Good on you. Just take care. You wonder why I don't follow him? So long as he stays away from that forest. When my brother told me he was going to fetch those herbs, I refused to join him. Said it was too dangerous. What with the monsters acting strange, and I was right. But mayhap none of this would have happened had I only gone with him. My brother is always the one taking the initiative, while I stand around with my hands in my pocket. But today's misadventure showed me that the path forward is the one with fewer regrets. Even when you can't be sure where it leads. We managed to save Norbert, and perhaps that's all that matters. Still, I can't help but wonder if I couldn't have spared him some of the pain and fear he suffered. If I'd only steeled myself so from now on, I'm going to trust in my own instincts. Never again will I let fear stop me from doing what I know to be right.
Sir Ian was rather hard on himself, methinks. He saved his brother just as much as we did. 'Twas an eventful journey, but we made it here all right.
Aught you need of me?
E'er since the reign of Rothaeus, the founder of Vermund, the village of Malv has played an indispensable role in the defense of our kingdom against the dragon. Yet twice now has the dragon set upon this village, inflicting numerous casualties before being allowed to flee. The fault here lies with you, Ser Ulrika. You have failed in your duty as acting chief.
With all due respect, Sir Martin, our village has dispatched many of its young hands to the northern stronghold since its completion. Was it not the former consul who decreed that the stronghold should serve to defend the kingdom, with Malv offering aid only where needed? Yet the stronghold has remained entirely silent to our plight. How can you say that the fault is ours to bear?
I know of no such agreement. At the very least, Queen Regent Disa has mentioned naught of the kind.
But I'm quite sure the consul...
You would dare misrepresent the words of the dead? Or do you mean to imply that the Queen Regent has spoken falsely? If so, then Melv's problems run far deeper than I had thought. 'Tis not indolence that has taken root here, but treason. The village entire will answer for this.
What? I intended nothing of the sort. Pray, let us...
Save your honeyed words, traitor. I must inform the Queen Regent of this development.
You came to see me? Forgive me, I've much to ponder. Still, how would you like to stay the night? I've yet to repay you for aught you've done for me. A small show of hospitality is surely the least I can do. 'Twas by your godly efforts that Malv escaped the worst of the dragon's assault. The people of this village are more precious to me than life itself. To lose them would have been the end of me. You have my earnest gratitude, friend. I wanted to tell you that, if naught else. Now, 'tis time we slept. There is much to be done for the village, and I shan't manage it without a good night's sleep.
Where is Ulrika? The Queen Regent has declared that Ulrika be apprehended as a traitor to the kingdom. All who seek to abet her will be tried in turn. Bring her before me at once.
Ulrika is gone.
What?
She stole away in the dead of night. Ask around. Several witnesses can confirm it. I cannot say why for certain, but I imagine she took your words to heart, Overseer. Realizing her plans for rebellion had been found out, she chose to abandon the village.
You would have me believe that Ulrika was acting alone? That the rest of the villagers harbor no rebellious intent?
Aye, that's the long and short of it.
Very well. I shall take you at your word, sir. However, the absence of a leader will sow naught but chaos. For the time being, your village will be in our hands. If 'tis as you say, I do not expect there will be any objections.
Ah, there you are. There's aught I would ask of you. It concerns Ulrika. You've heard she fled the village, aye? Though that is the case, she would never truly abandon it. She left the village that she might fulfill her charge, protecting Vermont against the dragon. But as for where she went, I do not know. 'Twould be unwise for me to go looking for her, lest I draw the eyes of the Overseer's troops. However, should you happen to find her, would you tell me where she is hiding? I can only pray that she does not fall into the Queen Regent's clutches. Aye, what can I do for you? Ah, a letter from Lady Margaret, you say? 'Tis a fair way you've come, then. My thanks. She's a kindly sort, I must say. We met when I worked with her husband, Sir Gregor, on one occasion. Now she's taken to inquiring after my health at the turn of every season.
Don't we have a report to make, Master?
An ox cart ought to make our journey easier.
They can be most convenient.
Ah, you've returned. How did you fare on the journey to Melv? Splendid! You've been an immense help, I must say. The cart reached its destination safe and sound, and from the tell of it, you even rid the road of a few monsters. You've certainly earned a reward, my friend. Here you are.
Ox carts seem a convenient choice for longer journeys.